Hi, this is Robert Mitchell from Bromley Mindfulness, and in this video clip what I'm going to do is explain how to download, install and use the Heartrate Coherence Plus app to assist in using a breathing exercise and also get insight into the benefits of it and be able to measure your heart rate coherence. Okay, so I'm using an iPad for this. You can use an iPhone. If you are using an iPad, what you'll need to do is select the iPhone only option. This is because there's only an iPhone app. It works perfectly well on an iPad in iPhone mode. So, but to find it in the App Store, what you need to do is to select the iPhone only filter, otherwise you won't be able to see it. When the heart rate coherence app comes up, you'll discover there's actually two of them. There's Heart Rate Coherence Pro and Heart Rate Coherence. The Pro only works with an accessory. If you want to use the app just with the device, using the camera and flash of the device to measure your heart rate, then just download the ordinary version. And so that's what I'll do now. We're just downloading the ordinary version, the non-pro version of Heart Rate Plus Coherence. And then when it's downloaded, we'll open it up. I've already purchased it. I believe you get a trial, so you might want to give it a whirl. I don't think it's particularly expensive, a few pounds. Okay, and then what happened is, so these message boxes will pop up. You've got allow Heart Rate Plus to access your location. I press don't allow. I don't see why it needs to know that. It also asks if you want it to send you notifications, and what the notification consists of is a daily notification to remind you to do your breathing exercises. I prefer not to use that, so I click don't allow, but you can do if you wish. This one is essential. Heart Rate Plus would like to access the camera. That's how it measures your heart rate. Okay, so then what we've got is the main screen. The bit at the top, heart rate, tap to start. That's just to start and to end a session. What we do is we tap the screen. The next section is the coherence section. What you'll see is when I start the demo and I'm doing the breathing exercises, you will see a graph growing in there, and that graph is the heart rate coherence score. And then at the bottom we've got another section entitled breath. That's there to prompt us to breathe in and breathe out, so that the app can measure our breathing against our heart rate and measure our coherence. Okay, so first thing we need to do is to set it up. So if I click settings in the menu, you can see in the settings at the top we've got type. So if I click on that, you'll see that it comes with 4 built-in breathing exercises. But for the purposes of this demo, what I want to do is demonstrate the 4-6 breaths. So I'll click on custom breath, and so it's now set to use custom breaths, and then underneath that is custom breath setting, and we go in there to set up a custom breath. What you'll see is 3 markers. For the purposes of this demo, what I want to do is to set it up with a 4-second in breath and a 6-second out breath. So I'll make sure that the marker on the right hand side is as far as possible over to the right hand side. I want to get as close as I can to a 4-second in breath. You can see that in default it's set at 30%. So if I move the marker across, because these markers can't actually contact each other, you're always left with a 5% hold, which is so small that you don't really notice it. So to get as close as possible to 40%, that's 4 seconds, what I do is I set the breathe in to 37% and the hold in 5% after that. And this is as close as we can get to 4 seconds in and 6 seconds out, which is the 4-6 breathing exercise. When I've done that, I click done. The breath cycle duration's already set to 10. For different breathing exercises I can alter that. That refers to the full breath cycle. And then move down and I'll turn off the heartbeat sound, because personally I have no, it doesn't benefit to hear it. And then I can actually do a breathing exercise. So if I click on coherence, up comes the main screen again, and I now need to do two things. Firstly, I need to place my finger over the camera and flash, lightly over the camera and flash, so that the device can measure my heart rate. And I then need to tap the screen, and when that happens you'll see a little ball, a little yellow ball appear, and that ball is a prompt. It's telling me to breathe in and it's telling me to breathe out. And so what I'll do is I'll follow the prompt and we'll see what effect it has on my coherence. So we just tap the screen with my finger over the camera and flash, and now I'll be quiet and I'll follow the prompt and start breathing in and out in line with the ball. Okay, and to stop it, all I need to do is tap the screen. So what I've done is done that breathing exercise for 2 minutes. And if we want to see what happened to my heart rate coherence during that period, what we do is click on the menu item history, and then we can see that session. We click on that session, and that gives us 2 graphs. So the graph at the top is my heart rate. The variability is fine. Don't worry about your heart rate. It's a product of what's happened to you in that day, what you've eaten, how much coffee you've drunk, and so on and so forth. What we're really interested in is the heart rate coherence, and at the bottom, as you can see, my coherence started off at 0%. So what that means is that my heart rate and breathing weren't in synchronization. And you can see that over the course of the exercise, my heart rate coherence rose to 100%. What you're looking for if you want to do this as a regular exercise is to get your heart rate coherence at or above the green line. That's the 80 in the coherence graph. But the real benefit of this is you're getting used to it. You can see that there's a physiological effect. You'll probably notice that there's an emotional effect. So if you've got any stress or anxiety, you'll notice that that diminishes. And by training on the app, you're then able to use that breathing exercise in your day when you really need it to cope with high stress situations. Okay, so that's a demo of the Heartrate Coherence Plus app and the 4-6 breaths.